Could 11.0 be sooner than we think? Predicting WoW's next expansion release date. Now, I'm sure Belilar is going to talk a little bit about what I mentioned last week, and that was the whole PTR for 11.2.5 being like right there, ready to go. Hitting the, not ready to go, but hitting the PTR early. So what could that mean for everything else coming around the corner? Let's see.
The first encrypted build of World of Warcraft, The War Within, has hit Blizzard's CDN.
Oh, the War Within?
Delivery network, which
11.0
means that if you are Blizzard employees, or maybe friends and family, maybe just employees at this stage.
Oh, yeah, it is. I knew 10.2.5 had hit. I didn't know 11.0. Oh, man.
But this is what's needed to make it so that they can just get the most recent build on their own Battle.net app. As long as, like, you know, they're obviously whitelisted, their account's got the stuff, and that means they can play the expansion. So, yeah, they've probably got a test build that they're playing over Christmas, or at least have access to.
Yeah, I imagine that's the perfect time for. I just play the new expansion. It's like 8 months, 9 months before it's out. Enjoy. Everything will be good, and the experience will be perfect. Which is interesting. We shouldn't expect anything actually to hit public from employees or from.
Well, what do you guys think if you had to predict summer or November? Because this honestly hints more like a late summer release, but I still think November we're gonna get it. I just think they're just like preparing themselves extra early to make sure there's no bugs. But I really think we're gonna get this thing in.
That's just us.
Still gonna get it in November.
In the next,
I can't imagine a late summer release date.
We will have alpha for more public stuff.
Man, but we could be seeing alpha for the expansion soon.
Yeah.
Jeez.
So overall, then that's good. Now we can do some fun with dates. This is one of the first public milestones of the development of this expansion, other than obviously it being like announced and blog posts and stuff, but of actually firm development, because this is like a gate that it's passing through, a new level of testing that it's entering. In the past,
they did say they want to push expansions out faster, but I did think they were really talking about after the War Within, they want the next two to follow quickly, Midnight and the Last Titan, to follow more quickly than the typical 2-year cadence. But maybe they were talking about the War Within 2 hitting faster. I don't want them to rush it. I want them to knock this one out of the park. I agree. I'd rather wait and get a better, fully fleshed out, bug-free expansion. Bug-free is wishing for a lot, but just a really good expansion. I'd rather wait for it.
For Shadowlands, the first encrypted build was the 19th of February, and 50 days later, the alpha actually started. Now, for Dragonflight, it was 83 days later that the alpha started. If we were to follow Dragonflight, then we could be looking at, basically early spring. I think it's like sometime in March. So that's pretty cool. And in terms of
there's no way. I can't imagine that.
Release dates. If it was only 200...
Maybe they want a longer alpha beta period to, correct things.
20 days after the first encrypted build, as it was with Dragonflight. And good news, Matt, the expansion's coming out the 17th of July.
Yeah, that's about what I'd expect. I'd expect
17th of July. That's wild. I can't imagine that. But look, here's one thing that, maybe this is the reason why. The whole hero talent build thing, that's a big thing they're going to have to balance. Like a lot. That's going to take a lot of iterations, a lot of balancing. So maybe they just want to be able to, work out hero talents for months and months and months ahead of the expansion release date. That could be it. But July 14th release for an expansion, that'd be crazy. Have we ever had an expansion release in the summer? I don't think so.
July, August,
So 17th of July, I think that's definitely a big no. But how aggressive?
Yeah, if I had to guess, I would think next November.
That is the question.
Really?
Because you see, if it followed with the delay of what's that one that I don't like to talk about?
Shadowlands?
Slans, yes. Yeah. Then it would be coming out in September. However, the release date would be August 18th if it was following the speed. I can't believe I know this. Okay, we'll double check if it's right.
September could also happen. Like, I guess I would say September, October, November. Like, that's the window where, like, it would start to make sense. Like, yeah, we're probably going to get the expansion at this time. Anytime before that, for me, would be very early. I'd be like, oh, shit, we're getting this thing really early.
Came out August 28th, and Legion came out 14th of August.
I don't know, but that sounds about right. I know Legion was August.
No, I got the wrong way around. BFA was the 14th.
I was going to say, I was pretty sure Legion was end of August.
Legion was the 29th. Yeah. Oh, I was so close. Yeah. Right, so August 18th is basically bang on the original schedule that WoW used to have.
Oh,
But
that's
do you know what's
right.
kinda weird
August.
then? That would put Midnight as coming out. Would they really do that? That would mean that Midnight would be coming out, relatively speaking, around the same time that the Burning Crusade came out after its delay.
Huh.
Which, because it's involving Blood Elves,
That'd be kind of
Incredible.
yeah, that's that is me connecting dots that are absolutely uncorrelated.
There's no way.
Of
there's a
course, we're
connection.
dealing with 18-month expansions, so we actually do have that thing where you cannot keep a solid 2-year plan anymore. At some point, I suppose that's the thing. They probably just realized they're retaining their players better with their patches. Maybe they don't need to hyper optimize. Like, maybe they've worked out that having more expansions with better retention is better than slightly fewer expansions with worse retention, but
For sure, yeah.
better optimized expansion launch times. I mean, I don't even know how much really release date impacts sales. Like, it's common wisdom.
I don't know either, but here's what I will say. I agree with the thought process that more expansions is going to have better, expansions are always going to bring retention in the beginning at least. The worst thing that can happen to the game is those long periods of drought where you just have nothing. I mean, basically end of Warlords of Draenor or end of Shadowlands where you just have nothing to do. That's what really kills the game. That's where people just disappear. And once people disappear, it becomes like a snake eating its tail. It just gets worse and worse because as people leave, less people around to do things with. You have less people to do things with, then there's less to do, and then it just keeps getting worse and worse. So I mean, just don't have long drought periods. I mean, honestly, in terms of Dragonflight right now, I'm ready for the next expansion. Like I am. I feel like I've done everything. But it's okay if we get another 10.2.5, 10.2 faded rating. That's fine. We'll do a season of that. I can handle that. But after that, I'm ready to go. I need the next expansion. Alpha around February, March. That's possible. I think they do want a long alpha beta period. I really do. Especially because I'm telling you guys, those hero talents, that shit's going to take a lot of tuning.
That it does, but I mean, it's not like August. I mean, yeah, what does that shit mean anymore?
Zalatesh could
You know,
be
it used to
positioned like an
everyone would be
anti-hero.
oh,
Oh, shit,
God,
like a Venom
November,
or something?
Call of Duty and Assassin's
Like
Creed are coming
Illidan?
out.
Okay.
What will the rest of us do? And now the
To be
games
fair,
industry
it's
is
a
just
bit like
like...
that.
I mean, it is now, but like
But
there's, there's massive games every 2 months.
Yeah, it is. It is like kind of every single time, every single year it happens where we joke about. They're like, okay, well, what's coming out in like September to preempt November? What games are going to
I'll get
beat Call of
AOTC.
Duty
I'm
to
not worried
release
about that.
in that holiday season? Because obviously the whole thing is like holiday season is not just like because that's where Call of Duty is. It's always the Christmas money. There's always release your game and then people will buy it because they'll be getting gifts for people or they'll have their money saved, stuff like that. And you don't release games too much in the in January because everyone's out of money. And it's funny that's like a global.
That does
thing.
make sense.
It's like it's January, nobody's any money, nobody's buying anything. It's just that's the way it is. So, but
That is kind of true, though. I mean, honestly, in January, I think it'd be harder to tell my wife, yeah, I'm going to buy another WoW expansion in January. Yeah, probably. That's probably true. Look, but here's the thing. If you're releasing these things when you do, whatever, faster and faster, you have your monthly sub plus buying these expansions, people are going to spend a lot more money on WoW over the next 3 to 4 years than they normally would because of the expansion release timing. Plus, they're making these things more expensive. Oh, God. Good old inflation.
it's gotten to the point where games release in like August and September to be out ahead of
10.2.5 will be in early January.
And if you don't
yeah.
get your game out by October, it's too late because November's still in. And the amount of times you see a game
Mid-January
be
at
like,
the
well, we
latest.
didn't quite release in October, so we're not doing November, and you don't release in December because why would you do that? So we'll release in like can't do January, so February, and you'll see like this, the big year of video games is 2023 is just happening in 2024 again. Just in like the end of January on is a bloodbath for incredible games the whole time.
I didn't get my...
So it's like I think we're at that point where like I
Yeah,
obviously
I didn't, look, speaking of holiday season and everything, we're right in the midst of it. I didn't even buy the expansion yet. You're asking, King Julian? I didn't. I am going to buy the one with the freaking 3-day early access because I stream this game, so it only makes sense economically for me to do it. I'll just write that shit off of my taxes. But still, I haven't even bought it yet. Is that just because of the timing of the year? I'm just going to wait. Shit, what's the point?
won't care too much about the industry
Until I feel more
as a
comfortable.
whole there because they're a little bit insular with who they are. But at the same time, I don't really think they
Pay me like
care
a
too much
fraction.
for that. I'd say avoid in January.
Yeah,
I think they'll
it's-
just kind of just do whatever they feel like, whatever
mean-
whatever works.
they have so many things going on. I doubt they're going to be able to like move things around for Dawn Trail.
Yeah.
Like, given just the sheer bulk of WoW's content cadence, I feel like things like that don't matter amidst the like bigger picture, essentially.
Yeah, I think if they were to clash with a competitor, they would take that as a.
I don't even think they
wouldn't-
care about
like you're saying,
that.
they wouldn't move to that. If the opportunity presents itself, they'd be like, oh yeah, well.
I mean,
we were
they
gonna release
totally
on there.
would. Yeah, they would
Yeah.
have in the past, and they will if they can. But yeah,
I would say one thing. Okay, maybe there's one game out there that they would watch the release date of and not release like the same month. Maybe GTA 6. Maybe Grand Theft Auto 6 they won't release like that same month, whenever that is, but that's not even releasing for until 2025, I think. But that's the one game. I can't imagine anyone else. I think World of Warcraft's at a at a point where other people watch out for its release date. It doesn't do the other way around. So I don't think that's something they're going to consider.
man, kind of fascinating.
It is.
I suppose then, season-wise, 6-month season. When did this season start? Start in November? Yeah, it was just after BlizzCon.
Yeah.
It's like the 7th of November.
Something like that.
Okay, so this season ends in May. How long was season 4 of Shadowlands?
I don't remember.
It was started the 2nd of August and ran until the 25th of October.
For season 1.
Interesting. So, yeah, it was only a few months.
We're going to have
Yeah,
two
that's the
seasons
thing
though
where-
before. Well, we're going to have
A theoretical season.
two rounds of this season. 2 seasons, 1 patch, I guess you can call it. We're going to have the Faded season, so that's a whole nother season on top of what we're playing right now.
4 here would be really small.
But the Faded raids continued up until November.
Yeah.
So this season itself, I mean, last time it lasted 3 months. So then if you have May...
Yeah, you got to remember how Faded works too. Faded is not released all at once. If you guys remember, there's 3 raids. They fate each one at a time, and they go through that twice. So that by itself is 3 weeks. In the 3 weeks, you got 6 weeks of Faded raiding before they open it up to like selective Faded, where like all 3 are open, and then you could do that. So by itself, you're talking that's 2 months of content. Like if you go 3 weeks, 1 of each raid, then another 3 weeks, 1 of each raid, because it goes through the rotation twice. That's 6 weeks, and then say 2 weeks of all both raids being all the raids being open. That's right there. That you're talking 2 months of raid content, just by itself in the season right there, the Faded season.
For season 4, May, June, July, August. Which is where things already lined up and made sense.
2 months of lore content.
So I got
yeah.
distracted by the fact that you counted 4 things with 3 fingers.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, you went like May,
Yeah, Panda, you want me
June,
to do
July, August. I'm like, what?
I think of course, I counted 0.
No.
Wait,
That'll be more then.
what?
You counted 4
May
things with
to
3
Ju-
fingers.
What? May plus 3 months is August.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm saying you said 4 things and you moved 3 fingers.
Yeah, May, June, July.
Perfect.
Perfect.
Spot on, yes.
So basically, right, we're looking at
2 new capitals. We have the Night Elf
just
one.
got to
Oh,
mention
Gilneas.
We're looking
too,
at
That's
August.
right.
Always August. Every
yeah,
August.
screw it.
August, 100%. 100% August.
In fact,
definitely.
Matt,
That's right.
let's take our bets, and maybe we will remember this, and we will call back to this very moment. Matt, pick a Tuesday. Your
a Tuesday.
Tuesdays are the 6th, 13th, 20th, and 27th. I think I'm going to put mine on the 20th of August.
27th.
27th.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
If it's in August, it'll be like the yeah, I'm with him. The 27th of August. It'll be like the last Tuesday of August.
None of those feel right to me.
Statistically, you're far more likely to win.
It's Broken and Buggy 0 story right now. Get
That's
Ice is on the
probably
PTR.
already-
That's
Congratulations, Matt. You've won the competition. Well done.
I can't wait to
I
retake
tend to win
Gilneas.
things immediately.
So yeah, there we go. That's when the expansion's coming out.
Yep.
Book your time off work now, folks. The
Do
whole
it.
month of August, just to be sure.
No, it's, yeah.
It would suck if you booked the whole month of August off and it comes out on the 27th. You got like 4 days and you're going back to work and everyone else is playing all of September.
Comes out the 27th, and you're just sat there like, what do I
Yeah.
do for 27
Pre-patch.
days? Oh yeah, of course.
Farming pre-patch, obviously.
Pre-patch,
yeah.
that's
Transferring
true.
your characters. What the hell else would
Hey,
you
that doesn't account for pre-patch. That's right. It would feel like it came out even sooner if that's the
be
case.
doing? Theory crafting.
Anything
on
else?
beta.
Oh yeah, just like.
I
Running.
wonder if the pre-patch, if I had to guess right now what the pre-patch event would be, it'd be like we'd go to Silithus. Like you'd get some kind of whisper. If you're on the Horde, it'd be Thrall. If you're on the Alliance, maybe Jaina, because Anduin's not really in the game yet. And then they say, oh, we're hearing whispers in Silithus. Everyone go to, and then we're just doing a bunch of shit in there for the entirety of the pre-patch. If I had to guess, I think that's what we're gonna do.
Keys on beta to practice.
Yeah. I mean, if it comes out at the end of August, you may have 1 to 2 push weeks left. Wouldn't that be a thrill? So, there we
Interesting.
go. Good news.
Yeah, very interesting. Again, we're just playing with dates here. But again, if I had to guess, like, how long is alpha and beta going to be? I feel like this is going to be a longer one because of the hero stuff. Those hero talents are no joke. They're going to take a lot of balancing and playing with, and we'll see how quickly they get that stuff done. Do I think it's going to come out on time or early? Yeah, probably. I think they're ready. They're ready to move on to this next World Soul Saga and everything. But we'll see.